On Channel 4 News over the last couple of nights, something truly remarkable has happened. The truth about Syria is finally being told. After all these years of war propaganda and all these years in which successive British ministers and administrations have poured money, men and materiel into the ISIS-Al-Qaeda coalition, which enslaved, crucified, beheaded and terrorized all of the ordinary Syrians under their jackboot. Finally, Alex Thompson, one of the only men in England entitled to call himself a journalist, has got his cameras on the ground in Ghouta. And guess what the people are telling him? They're telling them that their life has been utter hell, literal hell, for 6 years under the jackboot of the people we have been supporting. I tell you something, and I ask you metaphorically to write it down and tell your children. The day will come, and not far distant, when we will look back on our role in Syria and conclude that this is the worst thing that we have ever done. And dear listeners, we've done some terrible things. All around the world we have done some terrible things, but we have never done anything worse than becoming the Air Force, the armorer, the treasurer of ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and the alphabet soup that has so soaked the beautiful, multicultural, multi-faith, Levantine, Mediterranean land of Syria. And Alex Thompson's reports on Channel 4 News will not be the last. And soon, just like with Iraq, it'll be rarer than hen's teeth to find anyone who will admit to having played the role that this day you and I know that they have played. Governments, I understand. The British government has been supporting Islamist fanatics all around the world for well over half a century, since the 1950s. In Egypt against President Nasser. I expect that from a political class soaked in blood and utterly bereft of any morals at all. What I can never accept, will never forgive, and will prosecute with every breath I have left, is the journalistic class that lied on a militarized scale year after year after year, and, worse than lying, turned their venomous attack upon those who were telling the truth that Alex Thompson and Channel 4 News have belatedly begun to tell. One of those is Eva Bartlett, and she'll be on the show in the first hour. She's an independent writer on Syria, who knows what she's talking about because she's in Syria, has spent some of the most dangerous days of anybody's life as a woman journalist in Syria. Nobody wanted to know the truth she was telling, but they will now, Eva. You'll probably get a Nobel Prize at the